at the rhythm of the sun. Well, I was wide awake until the dawn upon her face, and the echoes of our song as it hummed along. So stay with me, you are my missing pieces. Oh, you are my missing pieces. You are my missing pieces. So won't you stay with me?
Good morning, Mark Baxter.
I love your intro. That's really cool.
We are the goofballs of YouTube, and somehow people enjoy what we do. And so I'm excited to bring you into our chaos. That was Johnny's song, by the way. It's off of his album, so that's him singing and everything.
Nice.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Oh, let me put my chat up here. Hello. It is Filipino Fridays. Very excited about today. For those of you joining and were unaware, Johnny is not with us. He is on vacation. He's actually in Hawaii. He's halfway to the Philippines. I don't know why he just didn't keep going. But this is my vocal coach, Mark Baxter. And I'm so excited to have you here. I was thinking this morning, what is the difference between teacher and mentor? Because for you, you're the latter for me. Teacher is somebody that obviously gives you information, things like that. But I was trying to think of, I think mentor is like, it's like this series of pivotal moments in your life.
To me, I would say a teacher is a more narrow bandwidth of a lesson, meaning you could have a math teacher, right? But a mentor is somebody that would apply math then to your life and sort of a broadened focus, if you will. And I don't know how you could be a teacher of singing and not be a mentor, because you can't remove your life from your singing. So
yes, it's just hardwired into everything that you do. Your voice is a culmination of your life experience, and I learned that from you, totally. And that's what I hand down as well. And to the point of which you have pivoted not just me as a vocalist, but also inspired me to be a teacher, which led
Absolutely.
me to do what I do, develop the 7 dimensions of singing. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have met my wife. I wouldn't have had my kid. It's just like, thank you. You're the trajectory that I have and that I am is greatly because of you. So this is a really big deal for me to have you here. And I just wanted to.
Well, you make me feel like a proud papa, because I remember in New York City us working, and you were. You never know trajectory somebody is on, but what I wrote in the forward of your book was absolute truth of just, you were so curious, so smart, so into it and all the detail. And I try to get a prediction in my mind of like, yeah, this guy's going to go here, this woman's going to go here. And I'm always happy when somebody really dives in and immerses themselves in learning more than just their circumstance, which you definitely did. And then I have a bunch of people that I worked with that become teachers. And what I'm really proud of is they all added their own element into it. And I find that really interesting, to take the same information and then watch it blossom in all these different directions.
Yes.
Because then it's your thing. Everybody's doing their thing.
Which speaks volumes of you, because quite honestly, when I asked if you would join me today, knowing how many questions I ask you, your willingness to, I mean, you must have some sort of, what's that term from self-harm to put your way into. So Richard's calling, let's go into the gauntlet.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, so today, here's what's going to happen today. Oh, by the way, before we jump to that, I just wanted to point out, Mark wasn't just my teacher, just to give you an idea of what his brain and his voice and his humanism is capable of. His clients include Aerosmith, Journey, Stone Temple Pilots, Goo Goo Dolls, Extreme, Jake Owen, Boys Like Girls, Buck Cherry, Machine Head, Vampire Weekend, Boston, Tonic, Amy Mann, yes. Johnny Lang, Boss Tones. We're running out of time, Mark. I can't list all of your clients. But just to give you an idea of who we have listening to these artists today. And the premise is Mark has never heard any of the artists that we're going to be sharing with you today. And what's exciting for me is that I get to be one of you guys. I know these singers. I know these songs. And now I get to be the one going, hey, you need to listen to this. You have to check this out.
That's cool.
So I'm really excited to be in this position as well. And we're going to have a few, Bridget, I believe, is in the chat. And we're going to have a few songs you guys are going to vote on, and others I've already got figured out. Okay, it's just so we can kind of keep moving things along, because it's impossible to get to everyone and everything that we want to. So first up is going to be KZ Tandingdan. I don't know if I ever bothered to figure out how to say her last name. She's known by KZ here. If you guys could pick between Royals and Rolling in the Deep, I wasn't sure which one we should play. If you guys could vote for that, that would be awesome. And if you're new here, please don't forget to hit like and subscribe, ring the bell, as Johnny says, so you can always know what we're doing next. And be sure to check out the description below, where you can buy us a coffee, 3 or 5, and even become a Thronely member, silver, gold, or diamond, for added perks, including a brand new feature rolling out in just a couple of weeks, is our reaction shorts, which you will all have exclusive access to. And if you're curious more about The Voice, you can visit our shop to learn songwriting from Johnny, singing lessons rather, from me. And in the description, we also have a link to Mark Baxter's site, voicelesson.com. He's got a ton of amazing content on there, blogs, and of course, he's available for lessons as well. So be sure to check that out. All right, so we have, you guys are voting right now. Which way are we leaning?
Drum roll.
I know, I was just thinking that. So, fun fact, Mark started out as a drummer also, exactly like myself. For years, you toured as a drummer and then transitioned into singing.
I've always said drummers make the best singers because time is as ambiguous as pitch. So when a drummer clicks off a song before click tracks, a drummer would go 1, 2, 3, 4 and lead the whole band in the tempo, right? So we pull that from our imagination. It's like we don't have any reference to go by other than I'm hearing a song right now, and being able to commit to that is just like hearing a sound in your mind, and then letting it come out without any way to check it. Can't look at a keyboard, can't look at a guitar. So we are vulnerable, and that way, to me, those that embrace that dexterity of playing the drums also have really good connection with their body. So I've come to find that all my favorite rock singers were drummers first, and I didn't know that at the time, but what it means is bad drummers make good singers. That's why we stopped playing drums.
I thought it was because it just made us cooler. I thought that was it.
I stopped playing I still own drums. I call myself a drum owner, but not a drummer. I stopped when drum machines back in the 80s became so popular, because there was this big divide then of people like me kept playing exactly the way I played, which was more like Stevie Wonder or something. There was a little humanity in my playing. And the guys that got good were just like drum machines. And there was a fork in the road, and I was like, wave bye-bye to those guys, because they just became monster good. And I noticed I was singing all the time while I was playing. So it was a very organic move for me.
For me, I just thought it would be more fun to be closer to the audience.
That was frightening for me.
It was just my ego that took me forward. That's all it was. It's a very simple formula.
I had one of those huge drum sets with all the toms and everything, right? And when I first came out in front to join a band as a lead singer, I didn't know what to do with myself. So I was like running around the stage like a prison break. And that's what I got told. It's like, you look like an animal up there. So I had to learn how to stand in one place and just let myself be seen.
Yeah, amazing. Okay, we've got lots of singers to get to today. Thank you for voting. We're going to check out KZ's version of Rolling in the Deep. We have the transparencies on to make sure we don't have any copyright issues. That's okay. We're here to listen, even if you can't see everything. Let's jump in.
Beautiful.
We could have had it.
Hey, come on, my girl.
Jessie J.
Rolling in the deep. You had my heart.
Oh my God, I haven't heard this in so long.
Inside of your hands, and you played it, you played it, you played, yeah,
Ooh.
She did the whole arrangement for this, by the way.
Very cool. Talk about drummers.
There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch and it's bringing me out the dark. Finally, I can see you crystal clear. Go ahead and sell me out and I'll lay your shit bare. See how I lead with every piece of you. Don't underestimate the things that I will do. There's a fire starting in
Oh,
my
yeah.
heart, reaching a fever pitch and it's bringing me out the dark. The scars of your love remind me of us. They keep me thinking that we almost had it all. The scars of your love, they leave me breathless. I can't help feeling we could have had it all, rolling in the deep. Oh, you had my heart inside your hands, and you played it, you played it, you played it. We could have had it all, rolling in the deep. Oh, you had my heart inside of your hands, and you played it to the beat. Check this out, ha! Huwag na may malulupit ng mga propeta, pilit kong pinapasa. Dala ko ng mga kargada, papatunayan lang na di ka na makagalaw sa kung salita. Hindi mo na matatagalin ng mga babala, ito ang simula. Yo!
Oh!
Ha! Parang sakit na kumikirot, pinabala ka magtunggali mo na oy kumukulupot. Ngayon nantindihan man na ba? Malaking pinakamali na ako pang binangga. Abangan ng mga kalata, sa mga binitawan ko na liriko. Di mo na makakayanin nito, pinabato ka ng mga salita para di ka na makakagalaw. Katakataka na napakalakas ang pinakamalapit na kanyakatakutan, pinakamalahas. Ladies and
Oh! Woo!
You're dropping the ball, Francesca.
Every open door, count your blessings about what you look for. Turn my soul into treasure gold. You pay me back in kind of reap just what you sow. Oh, we
We were just talking about the drums. I mean, if this isn't an example of conviction and precision and polyrhythmic cadence, I don't know what is.
What is that about? Oh my God.
It was
Unbelievable.
insane.
Talk about the drum set right here on the articulators, right? It's like,
yes.
Wow. That is
Yes.
flow. That's flow with like nuclear fuel in there. Unbelievable.
She's just a favorite. And to answer some of your questions in the chat, yes, I did see this. I also watched, Johnny and I watched her version that she did on the Wish Bus as well. So for those of you coming in, and those of you who are already in the chat, if you can tag them and let them know as we move forward. These are songs that I've heard before, so I'm introducing them to my mentor, Mark, for the first time, obviously. And I haven't seen these songs in forever. So like I'm hearing all these new things. Of course, trying to break down her skill sets is, we could spend an hour in any given artist we're going to check out today. And she's no exception to that, obviously.
But there's exactly the dexterity we were talking about of her lack of inhibition is the best way to put it. But that doesn't put her on enough of a pedestal. The flow she has with her articulators, uncanny, just amazing, really incredible, because it was right in the rhythm, exactly in the pocket.
Yes.
And all of the all of those broken up notes in there. So she's using the glottis and the articulators at the same time, creating all the polyrhythms. Amazing. Really,
Guys,
really amazing.
I'm in heaven right now because I get because you guys are used to getting your eyes glazed over hearing me talk about this stuff, so I get to just sit back and just watch Mark go. This is so much fun. So
incredible.
Yeah, she's absolutely amazing, and I love her usage of the autotune at the beginning. It was just here's an effect, not a need. And you can hear once she turned it off. I mean, her skill sets for everything just shows up just beautifully.
As I was wondering at the beginning, I was like, where are we going with this?
Yeah. Is this the whole song? Or
Exactly.
Exactly. So what we're going to do next, we're going to check out Gary Valenciano. I'm so used to just saying the first names now. We're gonna watch Spain. This is a Chick Corea cover. Are you familiar with this song?
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So this song is nuts, right? And this guy's known as Mr. Energy. And he's been around for, I think he's in his like mid-50s. You guys correct me if I'm wrong in this particular video. But while we're watching this, I'm going to have you vote on the next artist, which is going to be GiGi Vibes. I did my best to narrow it down to two. I got two favorites of mine. Her version of Fly Me to the Moon and Better Days. Both have like awesome things to offer. So I'm going to let you guys vote on that. But right now, let's explore Gary. Oh, and before we do, I'm so sorry. I'm used to Johnny doing this part. Mark, you're dropping the ball.
Sorry.
Chris, thank you so much for your coffee. And Francesca, thank you for the 5 coffees. She says, welcome, Mark Baxter. So excited for this. So thank you guys for that very much.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Just a little bit louder mix now.
Wish 1075.
Yesterday, just
52
a photograph of
here.
yesterday, and all its edges folded into coated, faded sepia brown, and yet it's all I have of our past love.
Nice.
A postscript to its ending.
I feel you. It was impossible to choose, guys.
I can see such bright
Another great one.
days when every song we sang is sung again. And now we know this time
play.
it's for good. And we're lovers once again. And you're near me.
I love his dramatic vibrato. She's got this
Yeah.
like signature feel to it.
I can remember the rain in December, the leaves were
Oh.
brown, falling down. In Spain, I did love and adore you. The nights filled with joy were our yesterdays, and the nights were our needs of yearning. I can recall my desire, bury a memory, it's on fire, and I get a picture of all our yesterdays. Yesterday, I can say, I got the kick every time I see you gaze at me. I can remember the rain in December, the leaves were brown, falling down. Our love was a Spanish fiesta. The bright lights and sounds were our joy each day.
Thank you,
and
Glory.
the nights were our needs of yearning. I can recall my desire, bury a memory, it's on fire, and I get a picture of all our yesterdays. Yesterday, I can say, I get the kick every time I see you gaze at me. I see moments of history. Your eyes meet mine, and they dance to the melody as we live again, as if dreaming. The sounds of our hearts beat like castanets, and forever we'll know their meaning. I can't recall my desire, bury a memory, it's on fire, and I get a picture of all our yesterdays. Yesterday, I can say, that every time I see you gaze at me.
Then it feels like just hearing it.
Exactly. More drums.
Yep.
You
we go.
gaze at me, I see moments of history. Your eyes meet mine, and they dance to the melody as we live again, as if dreaming. The sounds of our hearts beat like castanets, and forever we'll know their meaning. I can recall my desire, bury memory, it's on fire, and I get a picture of all our yesterdays. Yesterday, I can say, I get a kick every time I see you gaze at me.
Nice.
You just didn't even need the band.
He is the band.
Yeah, I know.
Monday. You gaze at me, I see moments of history. Your eyes meet mine, and they dance to the melody as we live again, as if dreams. The sounds of our hearts beat like castanets.
Glad you could make it.
And
Great to meet you.
forever we'll know their meaning. I can remember the wind in December, the leaves were brown, falling down. Our love was a Spanish fiesta. The bright lights and sounds were our joy each day, and the nights were our needs of yearning. I can become my side, buried on the moment as one by, and I get a picture of all I yesterday. It's just today I enjoy. I got to give it time. I see that space.
Wish exclusive.
Oh my!
On Wish 1075.
Yeah!
Oh
I
my
mean-
God!
If that doesn't bring joy to your heart as a listener, what will?
He doesn't sing; he celebrates. It's like that whole thing is just one big
Yes.
celebration of what a body can do. Wow!
Oh,
Unbelievable. In the beginning, I was like, what a great silky tone. Oh, baby, right?
everything
Everything is,
velvety sound. Yep.
yeah, it's got the flow in there, and then he digs in, and then the rhythm stuff, unbelievable. That is total immersion. He
Yeah.
is in it. Wow.
You
Incredible.
just to scat in general, I mean, you have to be a musician. It goes beyond just, I mean, singers are musicians, of course, right?
Yep.
But there needs to be an understanding of the mechanics, of scales, of just all sorts of other layers of knowledge to be able to execute that, because it's to the speed of which it is subconscious. You can't make those micro decisions that
Exactly.
quickly at all. So that's just years of training and just hard work.
living. Yeah, music to him sounds like a playground. So he's just like boom, boom.
That's a great way to put it.
The whole, and he's got all the use of the sandbox and the merry-go-round and the swings. He's just a kid in a playground. What
My
a
God,
joy!
I love it. That's
What a
exactly
joy.
it.
Oh my goodness!
And he's not he's going up the slide. He's standing on the swing. It's like he's not even
Yeah.
using the playground correctly. It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
all play.
And it's, you know, like they should chop him up and sell him for like a high, so we can all like. I
Yes.
know why he's called Mr. Energy now. Wow.
Yeah, and
Incredible.
apparently he's an amazing dancer and stuff too. There's something we need to dig more into. The earlier days, you guys are telling us of Gary when he started out. Like we haven't even seen him dance yet, so that's something Johnny and I need to kind of check out.
I
But-
just like to have a beer with him.
right. He's just got
It's so interesting. Wow.
yes.
But I guess all of these songs are going to be cover songs, right? Pretty much.
I think so. I think no. We're gonna have a couple originals, a couple.
Okay,
but
but-
most are covers. Yeah.
I just want to make the point of what is so glorious is when mostly, you know, in Western karaoke type stuff, what we hear is copies of songs where people are trying to cop the original. And so far, and I bet you what's going to transpire is these are true covers where you get to know him better than you could if you did have a beer with him, simply by listening to his take on a song. And
Yes.
what was it? Something Z we heard in the beginning?
KZ. Oh no, KZ.
KZ.
Yes.
Again, I know her just by the what she did with that song. And so you have the original in your head, and then you have this other person doing all of this with it. It's like, wow, what really interesting, adaptations of it.
Yeah, and you don't even think to compare to Adele
Right.
because you're so far removed. You're in
Exactly.
that. Yeah, it's just it's incredible.
That's a true cover where both live independently. Both versions live independently.
Mhm.
They're
Yeah.
both great. Wow, really good.
All right, moving forward, we are on to this is GiGi Delana. She's actually touring the U.S. right now. And her name of the band is GiGi Vibes. I believe this series that she did here. This is 3 years ago. So this is during the pandemic. The band got together like so many others and just started hustling online because they couldn't go anywhere. And that was kind of like the big rise for her, from my understanding. We've checked out many songs from her. She's just wonderful. The band is so much fun. So I'm excited for this. Is the original singer Diane Reeves, guys? Is that, I assume? I heard her do the song. I remember loving her version, but I don't know if I even know the original. So fill us in on that. That would be great. By the way, thank you for all the likes. 434 likes. And we've got almost 1,200 people in the chat viewing right now. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And you can also buy us a coffee if you'd like to help support the page. We greatly appreciate it. But just the likes and the comments and all that stuff is enough. I'd greatly appreciate it. All right, here we go. Fighting those allergies, Mark.
I know. It's killing me.
They're everywhere. I've got a few students right now that are going through the gauntlet on that. It is Diane Reeves. Thank you. Love this band.
Silver gray, neatly combed in place. There were 4 generations of love on her face. She was so wise, no surprise. Past her eyes, she'd seen it all.
Nice.
I was a child, oh, about 3 or 4. All day I'd ask questions, and night I'd ask more. But whenever she never would ever turn me away. I say, how can I be sure what is right or wrong? And why does what I want always take so long? Please tell me, where does God live and why won't he talk to me? I take Grandma, what is love? Will I ever find out? Why are we so poor? What is life about? I wanna know the answers before I fall off to sleep. Whoa. She sort of smiled as she tucked me in. Then she pulled up that old rocking chair once again. But tonight she was slightly, remarkably different somehow. Slowly she rocked, looking half asleep. Grandma yawned as she stretched, then she started to speak. What she told me would mold me and holds me together inside. Yeah, 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 yeah. She said, all the things you ask, you will know someday. But you have got to live in a patient way. God put us here by faith, and by faith that means better days. She said, child, we are moons in the dark of night, and I'm only gonna come till the time is right. Can't get to better days unless you make it through the night. You gotta make it through the night. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
You can get to know better days unless you make it through the night, baby. Oh, you will see those better days, but you gotta be patient. Be patient. Ooh, baby, be patient.
I'm gonna do a little pause. We have further to go in this song. One of the things I just want to point out with GiGi, we talked about her a lot on the show. She's got, Johnny always likes to describe her as like having that classic voice. She's got like that Karen Carpenter, like clean, precise kind of tone.
Yep.
But she's so fearless in her play. These little nuance of just these little glissandos where she gets breathy, her choices, everything's always feels by design, but also completely unplanned. I feel like she's telling the story for the first time when she's delivering.
So great comparison with Mr. Energy we just saw. He was an external singer using forehead, squeezing the eyes, and then turning those muscles off, all in effect of, all in service of the sound that he wants coming out, right? She is doing the same thing, but internally.
Yes.
So you hear these little, ooh, ooh, ooh. Every syllable has its own resonance. Every syllable has its own air supply, and that comes from just like the raise of one eyebrow. And she told me I don't. All of that to me is what's sort of embodying the song. Both of them, and they're they're vastly different on the scope of things, but really the same thing in that they are singing the lyrics instead of the pitches. And with the lyric comes the package, if you will. The quality of the voice, the timbre of it, the volume, the dynamics that she's going through, the rhythm, some notes long, some short, right? And then obviously the pitch that comes along with the package. But so many singers are focused on a pitch that they forget about the story, which is really obviously what all us listeners are affected by. She's talking to us here. She's reading us a lullaby. And it's so soothing to listen to. It's gorgeous.
In all of those nuances that she has, it's going to your point of serving the song, it's paced. There's you don't feel like because this girl could show off and she's not. She's just like, this is where we are. So this is the story I'm going to tell in this moment.
You could tell when she leans into them, she leans into some of those
and then
sounds.
It's like, then pulls back. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Exactly. Yeah. What a talent. Oh my goodness.
All right, let's keep going here.
Ooh, baby, be patient. Later that year,
Roger, that's where Mark lives. He's in Boston. You guys are neighbors.
Represent.
Sent angels down and gave grandma her wings. And now she's flying and sliding and gliding in bed today.
In the glottal socks, yeah.
And although I'm all grown up, I still get confused. I stumble through the dark and bump and bruise. When night gets in my way, I can still hear my grandma say, I can hear her say, I can hear her say, you can get to know better days unless you make it through the night, baby.
Push.
You can get to better days unless you make it. You gotta make it. You gotta make it. You gotta make it through the night. Oh, grandma. Grandma, baby. I do you say me now, my Tears are from my head. Please tell me stories. Grandma, let me everywhere.
Your priorities are correct, Marco.
Better days, oh, grandma.
Oh,
She's just so playful with her choices.
the word fearless comes up for me. she's fearless about her next option, right? She's just going, letting it flow. Really great. And it just shows you, if there's singers watching out there, if you have to work just to sustain a pitch, then you have nowhere to play. And
No
so
choices.
so she's coasting on what it would be neutral, gorgeous tone. And that's where that internal, to me, she has got that independence or dexterity where the mechanism is operating all by itself. And then she adds the special hot sauce or takes it away or lets it flour, or it's like so many options there. So now it becomes choices, and we're just affected by her choices.
Yes, because if it is, and we've talked about this too, on the show a lot too, the idea of if the focus is only looking at that 7 dimensions, right? So if your focus is, I need the pitch, because we have this belief system that I can't be a good singer if I can't match the note. And so that becomes the lore of like, if I have that, then I'm good. That in and of itself is useless in terms of evoking any sort of emotion from your listeners. In fact, you're better off having a little less of that and a whole lot more tone and breath and articulation and strength, all the elements combined. Obviously, you want to have all of them. The rainbow, exactly. I mean, that's when you can fill that out, you have something really to tell.
Exactly.
Always looking
Beautiful.
for that.
Colorful. So she has a colorful voice.
Yes, absolutely. So up next, I'm trying to get a variety. You guys gave me so many artists to choose from for today. And of course, it's impossible to represent a country of singers because Johnny and I have only scratched the surface, right? So I'm trying to get a variety of styles and things like that. So I thought SB19 would be a great fit for today. And the song I chose was Gento, even though, is it Gento or Gento? I think it's, Mark, which one is it? Do you know?
Yes, Gento.
Okay, perfect. Wait, hold on. Johnny Cummings bought a coffee. I'm guessing this is our beloved Art. Aloha from Hawaii. Please send mushrooms. Yeah, this is definitely not Johnny. He hates mushrooms. But thank you.
What kind of mushrooms is he talking
exactly. About? Then he might try them. And Latte Lover, thank you so much. Enjoying your insights, Mark. Thank you for joining us. Okay.
Pleasure. Be here. I'm going to Philippines after this. This is amazing.
This is what we've been saying.
Wow.
So this is a group of 5 young lads, and one of them is the main writer, Pablo. I'll point him out as we go. And this is a first take, so it's a one-take performance, and then
Gotcha.
Just standing around working on the song. I chose this one. It's a popular one, but the reason I wanted it for you, Mark, is because I think this one highlights the differences of their voices much more than some of the more melodic songs. This one's more like a pop energy kind of thing.
Yeah.
As a whole. So that's why I chose this one. And while this is playing, you guys can vote on the next song. It's going to be for the Mads, the Philippine Madrigal Singers. And I narrowed it down to Circle of Life or Paraiso. You guys pick. One is a little bit more fun. One's a little more serious tone. Whatever you guys are feeling, I'm game for both. All right, here we go.
We don't know this was the first take.
It's a first take.
Yeah, exactly. It's one take.
But it's one take. In theory, it's the first one. These guys are
Hello
great.
everyone, I'm Ken.
Hello, I'm Justin.
Hello, I'm Josh.
Hello, I'm Pablo.
Hi everyone, I'm Stel.
And we are
SB19.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's get it. Hey, you know who it is?
The one with the ponytail is the writer.
It's the first take, man.
And these guys, they manage their band. I mean, they're self-made in many ways. Yeah.
Later. I woke up and baked that potato. Got car and shaped me for major. But I stay me, not mediocre.
Look at me, tell me what you see. I go G, but the real question is
Really me, a movie.
that but not me, not my reality. Cause you see, model me, ew. God did it.
Yeah, I'm gonna see you later. Tapos ko mag-shower. Medyo natapon ang power. Pero kulang pa sa sour mga hater. Kaya hindi na mga bagay pa. mag-ingay. Gento, Gento, Gento. Ito basta-basta bingo. Need mo, makumpleto parang bento. Gento, anong kaya mo? Pilit na hinukay ang bumbu na makakita lang ang ginto. Ginto, kahit na wala pang hinto. Gento, porsyento bawal bitaw ko. Mismo, ito kaya mo?
Basta magagagita ng
Gento.
Hindi ko na kailangan lumunok ng bato. Hindi maladana to. Aandar ang makina ko, tanging mekaniko. Ay ako, lana moni-moni ko. Sa daming pinagdaan, nagpatong ng historiko. So sumatis mo, so niyan pumanik na rito.
Di naman talaga madali. Aminin ko pa man o hindi. Sila ko naman kung pagpeke. Manan kong apetiba listo. Laging alisto, kahit pa si Mephisto. Tiklo pag nag-beast mode, ng beast ko.
No rush, they can do this all day.
Ken, I love Ken's tone.
Mambas.
I do it with the how do I play.
Walang home court sa'kin sa salpa kahit away.
Ito na nga wala na magdadadada. Pagkat kuha ng mga diretso sigaw pa. Kuwi galing sa lupa. Kahit pilitin mo mukha, hindi mo makukuha.
Yeah, I know this isn't over. Di pa tapos ang disaster. Alam ko na I'm in danger. Parang betting you sooner magiging better. Kaya alamin ang mga bagay-bagay. Di pwedeng tambay sa aking bahay. Lahat ng mataas ang kilay. Sinugin ang matuto na mga nilay.
I'll do a little pause here. Someone just reminded me to put the closed captions, and I apologize I didn't. Before the live started, Mark and I were actually talking about this a little bit. It's to absorb lyric, not just to absorb lyric, because that you can do on the fly. It's to the parts of the brain that we use to actually read and process the audio cortex at the same time. There's like a conflict that takes place. It's hard to enjoy the experience on a single pass. So I've got them up there, but I always talk about how I need a second or third listen to even remotely read at the same time, let alone get the true meaning of everything.
But it just shows to show you that it doesn't matter, because you can vibe right along with something. Like if you don't speak the language, it doesn't matter. Happy is the same sound around the world. Swagger, which these guys have up the wazoo, is the same around the world, right? Anguish, the same. Lonely, the same sound. These are universal, and therefore just the sound of the voice, the quality. And what I was just thinking as I'm watching this is that if you did a scope on every one of these guys in here, you would never be able to tell, oh, this is his voice. Oh, that's
right.
their voice. Because what creates this variety of color that we're hearing is up here. This is the organ that's doing it. So when the guy's like, and the other guy's up here and has that clear tone, I guarantee you their households had some sonic print on them. Somebody's father or mother or grandfather had the tones that we're hearing. And as babies, they absorbed this, and the brain said, that's what we're going to use to get along here. And that's what creates this great tapestry that no voice, no human voice is the same, including identical twins. They have different sonic prints for their voice, because this is the real magic up here.
Genetics only take you so far.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's just remarkable. I love when young people really let their true color come out, and they're embracing it in this great choice for a tune. Because so many times we're run by imitation, because whatever's popular or whatever's, the thing that's working for somebody, we all jump on that bandwagon to our own demise. Because all it does is minimize our uniqueness, right? And these guys are flying it up a flagpole.
And then you take it up another level where they're able to discern which uniqueness should be played out where within the song. They did a great job. Yeah, it's like, okay, the trumpet goes here, trombone goes here, the French horn goes here, and they're able to divvy things up where they're not competing. They're highlighting their strengths without stepping on each other, but still serving the song. And I think these guys do a brilliant job at it.
A true unit, a true group.
Yeah.
Where the great...
Stell just killing it on the melodies.
First take.
Yes, he is, Malu.
Come on. Let's go. Let's go.
You know who it is.
Halukain mo na parang gento. Huwag kang hihinto sa ordinaryo. Kahit pasige hanggang sa magdugo. Ikaw basta-basta makakakita ng gento. Gento, 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 gento. Gento. Halukain mo na parang gento. Huwag kang hihinto sa ordinaryo. Kahit pasige hanggang sa magdugo. Ikaw basta-basta makakakita nito.
Come on. Come on. Ain't that. Let's go. Yeah.
Nice.
So
And this
no
is-
doubt, no doubt, the
ahead.
name of the song is Gento.
Yes, that is. It was wisely named. And this is the first take. You guys tell us in the chat, and it's the premise of the show. But that goes to show, being their first take, the degree in which they practice. And these guys, it's their rehearsals, the stamina that they have to go through to deliver like this on stage. They treated it as a live performance, despite it being taped.
And you, Rich, didn't have, you were into more prog rock, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah.
So I was into good old pop and rock, and I'm just so impressed with, you know, in the back in the 70s when rap sort of came out of Bedford-Stuy in New York City. It didn't really click till the late 80s and 90s, really, when it really hit its stride.
Right.
And the comment was always like, "That's not music. It's so dumb. It's and I'm just so impressed with, this is more like the most avant-garde jazz where nothing is repeated. You get the framework of the song. You know where you are in the song, right? But from my upbringing, it was always verse 1, chorus. Now exactly the same.
A formula.
Verse 2.
Yep.
Yeah. And now same chorus, to the point where they used to fly them in, and singers wouldn't even sing the chorus twice. They'd
So
sing it
lazy.
once and just, so lazy. But so easy to tune it out because you know there's absolutely nothing new going to happen here.
Yep.
And this thing, I am riveted till the end of it because you have no idea what's happening next. It has flow, it has form, but there's so many little tributaries they go down. It's so smart and it's so intelligent in its arrangement. And I'm just thinking back of when it first came on and everybody said how stupid it was. It's exactly the opposite.
And to the point of the rap too, because John and I are always saying we're not rap guys, but we keep bumping into these artists that are rapping, going like, "Oh, actually, that's pretty good." It was just because at some point, because I just wasn't raised with it, right? It was, musical theater and metal was, essentially what the bubble I lived in. So it's just like, oh, rap is bad. It's whatever. I fell for that, that poison in the water, right? And then you start to discover those who do any craft well. It's like you have to tip your hat, because it's like, all right, that's not for me, but damn, it's like I get it.
For me, it's as soon as I heard Tupac, I was like, what is going on there?
That was Eminem for me. Yeah.
Tupac's pocket was so solid, so musical, it was just, to me, that it sold me over the edge.
That's cool.
Incredible.
All right. Moving on. These are affectionately known as the Mads. They are the Philippine Madrigal Singers. I can't remember how many there are total. I think it's close to 20 singers. And this was like a professional recording. And John and I have seen these guys just literally in their kitchen singing. And it's exactly the same thing. So it's not overproduced or any of that crap. But yeah, this is called Paraiso. Am I saying that right, guys? You got the double vowels there. And if you can remind me of what it means, that would be awesome. Oh, and this was written by Ryan Kiabyab. He's a favorite of ours. He's a very famous composer in the Philippines. Paradise. Thank you. That's what it means.
Great.
The grass that's ever there. And if I could see a single bird, what a joy. I try to write some words and create a single song to be heard by the rest of the world.
Arpeggiation in the background.
Beautiful. Ah.
Tesmira, thank you for that. I didn't know it was written for Smoky Mountains originally.
That's gorgeous.
Oh.
Chills. Yeah. Nice. Gorgeous.
Thank you for this, Daisy.
Ah. Am I
mean,
alive? Am I alive?
I know, right?
Are we in heaven right
It's like
now?
the gates open up.
Wow.
Wow. They,
So-
I just want to say,
Yeah.
I think Johnny pointed this out too, because he's, as a producer, he works with a lot of things in the box, right? The synthetic choruses, things like that. They have that precision
Yes.
with still that organic element because they're real people, not being, synthetically generated. It's incredible, the skill sets.
So just going to say that the synchronicity, how they breathe together, every phrase was exactly the same length. Their tail, every tail of every phrase was exactly the same. And there wasn't some guy going,
Right. They're not even facing each other. They
I
didn't even have the
know.
benefit of you now, it's like
And
none of that.
They've done the studies where when people sing in sync like that, their heart rate is the same. All of their sort of biomarkers begin to synchronize. And
that's
that
awesome.
group must be so in sync with each other. They must know what each other's thinking. Like on any Thursday, it was like, uh-oh, Claude is having a bad day. I just know this. Yeah.
It's like identical
Wow.
twins, that.
Right, the vibe. But what I love about what I just heard is the meeting in the middle between contemporary and classical resonance. So that the resonator, in most of contemporary stuff, we're in a divergent resonator. So it's small here and big here. Wah, right? What they're doing is reversing that. Ooh. But in the leads, if you will, when she was singing that, she sat right in the middle of those two and had that enormous phrase. It was like da 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 da, and it went on and on and on, and it stayed right in the middle there. To me, what noise is a bad word, but what distracts me when I listen to classical music is the contrived nature of where they place the resonance. And it was necessary hundreds of years ago for acoustic valuation, where amplified, you have to send the sound
No
out.
microphones, exactly.
Exactly. So there was a reason for it, and it was it's sort of a forced perspective, because then we lose that conversational, the universality of emotive sounds, like I was talking about before. Everything sounds the same in a classical, in an aria. And so what she's doing, and when she takes that lead, is just sort of becoming human, and this ethereal cloud of the chorus remains this beautiful organ sound, right? It's almost sounded like glass bottles ringing.
Yes, the crystal. Yes.
Yeah. What's that thing called? There's a glass harp that has that same sound.
I'm picturing it. Yeah.
Just gorgeous, unbelievable. That's so beautiful.
And you're right, because if she placed, I don't use you and I, neither of us really use the term placement of sound, because
Right.
it's a byproduct of what's already taking place. But if she did shape her tone more forward, so to speak, it would have been jarring. That disconnect would have been obvious.
Too much.
It wouldn't have worked in the setting. 100%.
Exactly. So great of a melding in there.
Yes. Beautifully done. Whew. We got more. We're not done.
I'm ready. This is really, really enjoyable.
Yes. So next up, in my quest to fit in as many great singers as I could in 90 minutes for Mark, I had to lean in this direction. I wish we had time to feature many things from Katrina. She's one of our favorites. And so this group is BuDaKhel, the three boys here. We have Bagoy on the far left. In the middle is Daryl, and on the right is Michael. So BuDaKhel, they kind of bind their names. It's a trio. So they have individual amazing singers. And in this song, Sweet Day, One Sweet Day, Katrina Velarde is joining them. So there's so much about to be absorbed. I'm not going to say anything else. Let's just experience it. And for those of you who are, waiting for the next one, we have two more to go after this. We have, of course, Morissette, and we're closing off with Queen Regine. The next poll I'm going to have you guys vote on while we're listening to this. Guys, everybody here knows, anyone's familiar with the channel, Morissette is my bias. Not taking away from any other singer, but she's the first one on the channel that's made me cry publicly and has done so multiple times.
Wow.
So I had to narrow it down. I've got 4 for you guys to pull from. This is impossible. The first song that we heard is Akin Kana Lang. Then she's famous for her Rise Up a cappella, Secret Love song, and my personal favorite with her voice is when she sings any musical theater. So I threw in Defying Gravity. But you guys pick. None of it is going to be wrong. I won't be disappointed in anything that we hear. So I'm going to let you guys take it from there.
Pick the one that makes Richard cry.
Just throw a dart at a wall. Hopefully I'll get through it. You guys are asking about Leia. No, we don't have Leia today because Mark already knows Leia Salonga's voice. I mean, she's probably one of the most, just Disney alone. But then, Broadway and everything else. And it's, so she's already well known to Mark. So that's the only reason why we didn't include her today. All right, here we go. Vicky, 30 coffees? Wait, thank you so much. Hold on, you wrote something into it as well. Enjoying, wait, where'd it go? So Chris, wait, I can't find it. I really love, the one thing Johnny knows how to do, I don't. He can play piano and stuff, but mechanically, there's only one thing he can do. Wait, I gotta.
Sorry, I'm not Johnny. I'm screwing your show up.
Everything's ruined. We have to start over. No, what we need is you to come back with Johnny here. That would be a ball. That's what needs to happen. All right, I'm gonna find it. But thank you so much for the coffees coming in. But I want to go ahead and move forward here. The song.
Sorry, I never told you all I wanted to say.
Nice.
Now it's too late to hold you.
This is Michael.
You've flown away.
Just velvet.
So far away.
Feeling and knowing you hear me, it keeps me alive, and I know you're shining down on me from heaven, like so many friends we've lost along the way. And I know eventually we'll be together. Once we're there.
Darling,
Boy.
I never showed you. Assumed you'd always be there. And I took your presence for granted. But I always cared. It's the love we
Like so many friends we've lost along the way.
Damn.
together.
Daryl.
Although the sun will never shine the same, I'll always look to a brighter day. Yeah.
Right.
Lord, I know when I lay me down to sleep, you will always listen as I pray. Shining down on me from heaven. Yes, lights on and along the way.
Whoa!
Yes, I know. We'll be Yes, we will. Once we Sorry, I never told you all I wanted to say.
Wow.
So, which 3 seconds do you want to break down for the next hour?
Yeah, it's a clinic. Oh my goodness. Every run, how accurate, how pure, right? Both rhythmically and pitch wise. Like right on the money. He lands exactly where he should. No ambiguity whatsoever.
None. And there has to be. So obviously this was recorded and then they filmed this, right? Just the
Right.
nature of how it was cut, right? But we've heard all 4 of these singers individually, just like, singing in the hallway kind of thing. It is that clean. It is that
I'm
precise.
sure.
Because
sure.
you would hear the artifacts of autotune or something like that. Not to say, Melodyne's used and, things are often, enhanced, right? In the studio, it's kind of an unfortunate, it's been abused in my opinion, in the industry.
Yeah.
But these guys, it's so clean, and it's something that feels magical to me. I mean, I think you have a richer background in terms of like some R&B and blues influences than I do.
Definitely.
And I just never explored it. It just feels so foreign to me.
It is. It's it comes from the church, obviously from the south of the United States, which is actually transported from West Africa, where now it's global, right? But it is the what I call testifying, when they're in the heat of that and every one of them is doing their own thing, but it's in a unity there. That to me reminds me of that Baptist church where everybody is testifying. So it is so unegotistical because it's just in praise. And when that kind of a faith rises up, a lot of people on the Grammy podium will be thanking the Lord, because when you're in that moment singing that way, it's like you said, it's subliminal, it's faster than thought. So therefore, it's just hand over your voice to the power. And if that's your power, I'd hand it over too. And so the point
Right.
is, it's both surrendered and absolutely intentional at the same time, because you can't sing with that agility and not be free. And yet the thoughts are coming faster than you can comprehend. So it's just great.
And individually to have even, I don't know how they even found space for those runs. They could have only planned out so much of it. I mean, there's just this sensibility between each of those incredible singers, just so well done.
To me, I would like to hear with every 4 amazing singers like that. I thought it got a little bit where it was hard for me to listen to each individual
100%.
one. I would have loved to them to have each a longer moment in that.
It's overwhelming.
It is. It's just hard to pick it all out in that first listen like that.
Yeah, we know the
Do you know-
voices a little bit more, so it's like it's a little bit easier to discern what's happening, but it is too much.
Yeah, when you took, when they each took a line in the beginning there, you could tell the timbres of that. One guy has
Right.
a huskier, and that's how I know that's exactly how they sing, because you could see in their behaviors that it equals the sounds that they're producing.
Yes.
And when somebody is a bad lip syncer, they don't reenact their singing, they just mime along with it.
Correct.
But
Correct.
the actions match the sounds.
Yeah. Brilliant singers. All right, we got 2 more we're going to squeeze in. I know Mark has to go in less than 15 minutes. So we're going to hustle. This is Maury. This is my bias. Morissette Amon is her name. This is on the Wish Bus. The song, Akin Kana Lang. Again, if you guys can remind me of what that means, that would be awesome. This was my introduction to Morissette.
And what is this Wish show?
It's a radio. It's called the Wish Bus. So it's a radio program, and they have performers come in and sing on it. And yeah, it's done amazingly well. There's a U.S. version of it too, but their mix isn't really as good as what these guys do.
But I'm sure I could tap into their live stream, right? It must be global.
I don't know if it is live stream. I think they
Should
do
be.
have some live stream. Yeah, but these were recorded as well. But it's obviously live.
Right. Wow.
Experience. But yeah, it's a great program. I will turn the closed captions on. Thank you.
Wish 107.
Please be mine, or just be mine. Thank you, guys.
Hindi mo maramdaman, ikaw sa akin ay mahalaga.
2,000 people watching. Hello, everyone. Welcome.
Kaibigan lamang, paano nga ba't di ko matanggap? At ako pa ba'y iibigin pa? Ang dinadasal, nakikiusap na lang. Akin ka na lang, akin ka na lang. Ang dinadasal sa araw-araw. Akin ka
Love
na
her sweets.
Yeah.
lang, akin ka na lang. At maghihintay hanggang akin ka na. Kilig na at sa panaginip lamang, nahahakat, nayayakap ka. At ako pa ba'y iibigin pa? Ang dinadasal, makikiusap na lang. Akin ka na lang, akin ka na lang. Ang dinadasal sa araw-araw. Akin ka na lang, akin ka na lang. At maghihintay hanggang akin ka na. Kilig makin ka na lang. Ang dinadasan sa
Oh.
at maghihintay hanggang akin ka na.
Wish exclusive on Wish.
Are you kidding?
Seven Fine.
that the precursor is the little squeaks you're talking about, so you know it's coming. But man, when she dials that in, wow, unbelievable, really gorgeous, great use of it, because her tone is so rich that you don't expect that range to follow, and it's just great use of all the tools that are available. I love her basic tone, just that how rich it is, just gorgeous.
Yeah. She has obviously I've explained what the register separation, how whistles created things like that on previous reactions, things like that. But again, it goes back to the precision of it, the accuracy to dance between the registers in just such a flowing way, and just the way she projects with it. It's a slow burn, that song, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like when it gets there, it's well paced, everything else. What I love about the squeaks that she utilizes, there's a ton of songs that she uses that as just a tool, and she doesn't actually whistle in the song at all. It's just part of her tool, so she doesn't abuse the expectation of it either, which I think is
True
just
artist.
wisdom. Yeah,
It's a true artist right there, right?
Yeah.
That is just gorgeous. And yeah, so the squeak is, it's just so weird, because you work with so many singers, and sometimes they'll squeak and they'll go like, they'll jar back because they think of it as a flaw. And then here she is flying it up a flagpole as an asset.
Yes.
And a gorgeous one.
It's a great way to put it.
Intention is what makes the difference there. It's the same sound, somebody apologizing for it, and her presenting it. The intention is what makes the difference.
100%. Listen, yes, my eyes glazed over. That is the third time we've reacted to that song on this channel. I'm not numb to it. I'm just trying to be cool in front of my teacher, guys. Let me be cool.
They're on to you. They're on to you.
All right, last up, Queen Regine Velasquez. This song is called What Kind of Fool Am I? This woman is absolutely stunning with her, well, she's beautiful too, but her voice and control and everything is amazing. This is 2006, so we're kind of rewinding the clock here a little bit. Let's jump in.
I haven't heard a key change like that since the 90s, and the song before that.
Yes.
Modulations is like, wow.
They're everywhere.
What happened to them?
Yes, Johnny brings it up all the time, because it's like, where are these modulations? Like, they're all missing in today's music.
But I haven't heard it in so long. It was like, wow, what a freshening, what a great idea. Let's do that.
Yes.
So nice.
I think I have to put this on transparency, guys, just in case.
What kind of I never fell in love. It seems that I'm the only one that I have been thinking of. What kind of mind is this?
Her connection in the space is just beautiful.
An empty shell must dwell. What kind of cloud am I? What do I know of life? Why can't I cast away the mask of clay and live my life? Why can't I fall in love
Oh,
like any other kid? And maybe then I know what kind of fool
Oh,
What kind of mind is this? An empty shell, a lonely sand in which an empty heart must dwell.
okay, guys, remind me to never listen to Maury and Regine back to back again, okay?
are you kidding me?
God.
So hold on. The whole thing, the whole peak there, any singers watching this right now, it was in the silence that she wove this magic web. Singing is both sound and silence, and she used the silence like a master. It is the frame for the sound. Without it, the sound is meaningless because it has a beginning and an end. So a huge arena there. You saw how big the crowd was. To have them held, you could hear no one's breathing.
Stillness.
Yeah, exactly. So that one brave woman is standing there saying, we're going to listen right here. And without the breaths, the one line that she robbed of air, yeah, she let it like die on the vine like that. That all sets up for that huge crescendo at the end. She had that power all along. She could have come out with that.
Oh, yeah.
But right. But so the mastery is wait till you see where we're going. Like wait, like buckle up. The roller coaster is just going up right now. That the silences at the beginning were just such a clinic in how to weave a magic spell.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Just incredible artist all the way around. Mark, I know you got to go. A quick shout out. Thank you to all of our coffee buyers today. Again, to Vicky as well. Christopher, EJ, Swan, and CESS. Thank you for the super stickers. Mark, I hope we have you back again. Love to have you here with Johnny sometime. It'd be a blast. There's so much more I think we all want to show you for sure. It's been a pleasure.
I'm a new fan. This is amazing.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. And thank you everybody for joining us today. Hope you have an amazing weekend. Thank you to our silver, gold, and diamond throwing members for all of your support. We love you. We hope you are all safe. I know there's typhoons happening in the Philippines right now. Hope please all stay safe. And we'll see you next week. By the way, real quick, in the comments, be sure to leave next week requests for Laika Australia, Sweet Notes, and Ogi El Kasid, if I'm saying the name correctly, for next week. Bye, everyone. Have an amazing day. Thank you again, Mark.